What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video by Hometown 49ers Podcast. Today we will be doing the 49ers vs. Seahawks post-game podcast. But before we begin, don't forget to subscribe and like the video.
All right. Sounds good. Let's talk about the game.
The 49ers beat the Seahawks 21-13 in one of the loudest stadiums.
Yeah. That score doesn't really say, because I think the Niners pretty much controlled the game, but that score seems real close. But I think the Niners controlled the game most of the time.
Yeah, except for the end. But at the end, it was all because we clinched the NFC West and the playoffs.
Yep. It locks us into the third seed, and right behind the Eagles, who's at first. Second is the Vikings.
Yes.
And right now they're 10-3. We're 10-4. So if they're going to be losing the game against the Colts, I think it's tomorrow they're playing, we'd be in a tie, 10-4. But our record within the NFC is better than theirs. So we'd take the number 2 seed if they lose. Yeah. So we have a great record within the NFC. We've swept the whole NFC West.
Wait, do we get a bye?
No.
If we second?
Only the first seed.
Oh,
it used to be first and second would have a bye, but then they changed the whole playoffs. And now only the number 1 seed gets a bye, which I don't like. I hope it goes back to the first 2. Then you got something to play for. Right now, people don't. If you don't get number 1, then every seeding is more is important, of course. And if we get the number 2 seed, we'll be guaranteed 2 home games in the playoffs. I think right now we are guaranteed 1 home game with the 3rd seed.
And the 49ers have a 7-game winning streak.
Didn't feel like too long ago. Well, actually, it does feel long ago that we thought the season was over. Lance was injured. Jimmy G played terribly in that Denver game. Like the sky was falling and the season was done. Just like the year before, where we looked pretty bad, and then we turned it around. I think it was right after the Cardinals game.
Yeah, every single time we take a big loss, we just flip it.
Yeah. We were there at that Cardinals game, and we took the loss, and then I think they turned it around against the Rams. It was the get-right game, yeah. So they did it again this year. They turned it around, which looked like it was a bad. Maybe they were 3-4 at that time. It looked like, we're done for. It's over. They turned it around, and now they're the hottest team, just like last year. They were like the last season. I think they were saying, the team you don't want to meet up in the playoffs is the Niners. And right now, they're saying the same exact thing. They are the scariest team in the NFL.
Not the Eagles, not the Vikings?
Nope.
Of course, it has to be Niners, though. Longest outgo streak.
It is. We are in for a treat right now, because it has been an amazing ride with this 7-game best in the NFL, like you said. Man,
I think I became a fan just in time. I started to become a fan in the 2019 season, where we drafted Bosa and got that Super Bowl run. We lost. We did good. And then 2020, we did kind of bad. 2021, we reached the NFC Championship, and right now it's looking great. You
are correct. Yeah, you did hop on at the right time. It's a great ride right now. Shanahan is doing a great job offensively. DeMeco Ryans is killing it with the defense. Everything's coming together.
Also, I thought of my own new Russell Wilson saying, 49ers country, let's mine.
Let's mine. Let's mine. I like that one. That's a good one. I got one too. Well, talking about Brock Purdy, right? We're going to talk about him, right? He's the talk of the town in the NFL. Right now, Brock Purdy has been playing fantastic, very efficient. He's proven so much. The last couple of games, you're like, okay, Miami, flukish. He came in, they weren't ready for him. He did well, but it's really against Tom Brady. and a great defense of the Bucks. That's a good test. And then he passed that with flying colors. And they go, okay, that's fine, but it's got to be an away game, loud stadium, short week, all these things.
And you're injured.
And he's injured. That's the test. And he passes it. Great numbers. What was it, 217? 2 touchdowns? No interceptions.
Yeah.
Right?
Although yeah, Kittle, you played it great.
So, for me, Brock Purdy is the hottest thing right now. People talking about it. It's a great story. I'm going to call it Brock Sanity. What do you think?
I don't know.
I'm trying to play off of the Linsanity thing. Brock Sanity. Okay, maybe it doesn't work. Okay. Go ahead. Next up.
Okay, this is not really related to him, but I noticed that TDP, Ty Davis Price.
Who's that?
He has not played in a while.
Oh my God, yeah. I don't think he's got a carry in like the last 6 weeks, even more.
So is he in the doghouse, you think?
He might be in the doghouse. But right.
Chase Sherman 2.0.
It seems very much the same. 3rd round pick, running back.
Came from a pretty good school.
Yeah, they go, oh yeah, we're going to use him. Yeah, he's going to be great. Oh, we love what he can bring to us. But I think Jordan Mason just hopped over him. As you can tell, Jordan Mason's looking really good.
Honestly, he hopped over him like a long time ago in my books.
You might be right. Totally. But once given the chance, TDP looked good, I think. I think he's still a diamond in the rough. We still haven't uncovered him yet because we haven't played him much. But I think he'll be a good running back too.
Yeah, he was active. He can get on the field. I didn't see him.
Oh, he doesn't play special teams. I think that's why, right? That's why Jordan Mason gets the nod over TDP to dress and be active. I think that's the case.
How can Jordan Mason play special teams? Can't like anybody play special teams?
I guess not. I guess some people just don't want to do it or can't do it. So that's why Jordan Mason gets to play and dress. And the little time he got to play offensively, he's showing up. So it's good stuff.
Also, Charvarius Ward is injured, but it's not serious. He was in concussion protocol. He was cleared to play, but Kyle Shanahan did not play him, and he didn't feel right about that after.
Shanahan said, that he did not feel that Charvarius Ward, Mooney Ward, was right. Something was off. And he was correct, because Charvarius Ward came in today with concussion symptoms. So right now he is in the concussion protocol, and we'll see if he plays next game.
He has a long time to heal.
He does. I think we had like 10 days to the next game. It's a great time to rest up all those obliques and ribs.
Yeah.
And concussions and
also,
ankles and knees.
We saw on TV that Charvarius Ward was sitting on the bench. He wasn't in the tent. He was just sitting on the bench.
Yeah. He did go to the tent. He passed the tests. But just like Hufanga early on in the season, he passed the test, but later on, next day, he had some symptoms. So sometimes these concussion tests aren't foolproof, and people still pass them even though they get a concussion. Yeah.
And also, Samson and Becom got injured, but we don't know what the injury is.
Oh, yeah.
So he must be fine, right?
Yeah. I hope so. He got a sack for us.
But another defensive lineman that is injured is Javon Kinlaw, and he can come back to practice.
Yep. Yeah, hopefully he'll come back to practice. They'll activate him and get him off the IR. I hope so. If he doesn't, then that's really telling that he's just too injury prone if he can't get off of IR.
Can we do like his 5th-year option after the season?
usually after the third year, at the end of the third year, you need to decide on the fifth year option. So that's if this is his third year, that's pretty questionable because he hasn't played much. I don't think they would take it.
Hopefully, like 1 year prove it deal. If he doesn't pass, then
Well,
let
yeah.
him go.
Well, so I'm for the fourth year. Yeah. Yep.
And Christian McCaffrey got a 100-yard game against Seahawks.
Yeah, the game was awesome. We gotta talk about that. So, besides CMC, which of course that was a gimme. It was Mr. Obvious for having a good game, but CMC had a great game, rushing, receiving, made some big plays for us.
And George Kittle got 2 touchdowns. Big too. He got involved, but did not reach 100 yards.
Yeah,
Close, but didn't.
Yeah, he was short. He was short a bit. Those are some good plays, though, huh? I mean, we love that play with the
Double
fake screens, left, right, and right down the middle. Did you? They said what the name of that play was called.
No, I don't know.
They called it Hollywood. Hollywood, as in the ones where they make all the movies and TV shows. So the reason why is because Kittle is supposed to act like he falls down. He's supposed to fall down and act like it. So that's why they call it Hollywood, because he's acting.
Why do they do that?
To really make them think, oh, that guy fell down. Never mind. We'll look at the other players. People forget about it. Once you fall down, they go, you're out of the play. But if he's actually the main receiver on that play, they just don't know it. But in this case, he did not take the fall. He just did a late block and then broke free. But the name of that play is Hollywood. And Kittle loves it because he said, I'm going to get a touchdown with this one. He did. That was a great play. And then the next play was the other one.
You missed. You weren't here.
Yeah, at the beginning of the second half, right? So what happened in that one? It was just Kittle was just wide open.
Yeah, and he just dodged some tackles.
Yeah. Diggs was trying to tackle him. Some other guy, I forgot, Barton or some linebacker tried to get him. Broke both and got another touchdown. So there were some great plays. Brock Purdy, like I said, is the talk of the town. This is the story of the year right now, I'd say.
If we played him again this season, he would be leading the NFC and Pro Bowl voting.
Consistency is key with quarterback play, especially for a rookie. They can have ups and downs. They just one day they look great, the other day they don't. Depends on the defense or what they show. But so far, Brock Purdy has, played so well, and under all this stress of the short week. And I read that he didn't even throw the ball. He didn't practice those 4 days.
Really?
Yeah, he couldn't because it was too painful. So the only throws he had before the game was Thursday. Before the game, he was at the hotel throwing footballs in a room. That was it. That was his warm up. He had no practice other than of throwing the ball.
No, before the game, like in the stadium.
Maybe in the stadium, but usually you have practice, stuff like that. But he didn't throw at all until he was inside the hotel room, a huge room they had to have in the hotel, and he was throwing it in there just to get some throws in before the game. And he didn't look like he was hurt, right? Yeah, played very well.
Luckily, he didn't get hit like Mike White did.
Yeah, that would have been really painful. They protected him very well. They got the short passing game. They ran very well, so that protected Purdy, and he came through again. Very clean game. Hit the receivers when they were open. Hardly made any mistakes, I'd say. He did throw almost an interception, right? Remember that one?
Yeah.
Was it Diggs that?
Yeah, he just dropped it.
Right in the hands. Well, Dre Greenlaw also almost had one in the hands too.
Yeah.
And how about the defensive plays?
I know this one did not count, but it was horrible. Nick Bosa roughing the passer. Lenore returned for a touchdown, but apparently it was roughing the passer. Robert Griffin said that wasn't roughing the passer, and I totally agree.
It doesn't look like it, but from what I read, referees are calling that. If you land on top of them and put your weight on them, they throw a flag for that. Yeah, I know. It's called tackle football, but you can't tackle them. You gotta knock them down and then don't hurt them. Don't fall on top of them. It's so hard for like a person who's rushing the quarterback, trying to break through an offensive lineman and diving for the quarterback to get the sack, only to you fell on top of him. But supposedly
the Drew Brees incident.
Oh yeah, you put your weight on. You put his full weight onto the quarterback.
My little ribs hurt.
Oh man, they're protecting the quarterbacks for sure. Yes.
Too much.
Yeah, I mean, I've watched football for a while, so I've seen some much harder hits, and that's what I'm used to with football. But, anyways, how about the other turnovers? Right? It was
Talanoa, we can get this ball, but he sacked Geno Smith a strip sack. He hit it out, and luckily for the Seahawks, they recovered it.
Yeah.
But unlucky for us.
That was a great play, right? We love Hufanga when he comes up to the line. He times the snap, right, just right, and he speeds right in and hits the quarterback. I mean,
guess what I was doing in Madden? I was doing a nickel blitz with Jimmy Ward, going from the side and coming around and sacking him.
It works. It works.
And did that on all Geno Smith.
That's great. That's a oh yeah type of play. Then Dre Greenlaw. Oh, I love that play.
Pro Bowl.
He is looking fantastic. I mean,
he's got boosted up again in Madden. That's not very important, but Madden sees that he's playing really well.
That is true. He's playing out of his mind, and he should be in the Pro Bowl. He should be an All-Pro. He should be.
I wouldn't say All-Pro.
I don't know, man. I mean, they are the best defense, and he's one of the best players on the defense, which is the best. So, man, that's hard to say that he should be an All-Pro. It's tough, but I think he's played great. And Travis Ward, picked up that ball on the bounce and ran it back to within the 5.
Yeah, a really close touchdown. And then McCaffrey just ran it in for a touchdown.
Yeah, that was so important, right? Because the Seattle was driving down right before the half. Instead, we scored the touchdown right before the half, and then I think it changes though.
Drake Greenlaw loves the Seahawks.
I know, and the Seahawks love Drake Greenlaw too. Yeah.
And Nick Bosa, he got a sack.
Yes, I know. The old Nick Bosa watch. We were watching him, right? We wanted him to get that sack, because right now, like we said in the pregame podcast, he's tied up right now.
Yeah, not anymore, but Matthew Jones still has a chance.
Oh, they all have chances. We got games to go, but right now he is leading the NFL with 15.5.
Yeah.
I think that ties his all-time high for a season. So, and yeah, he's getting a lot of quarterback hurries too. So he's playing out of his mind too.
And someone else is playing out his mind too. Jordan Mason.
Yeah.
I predicted a breakout game, and then near the end of the game, I was like, Jordan Mason breakout game? No way.
Yeah. I said, hey, you still have a little bit of time left. It could happen.
I was still like, no way. Yeah, there's no way.
Amazingly, it happened. So close to a touchdown, though. That would have been awesome. What was the average? What did he average at the end?
16 yards.
16 yards to carry. This undrafted rookie free agent. Oh my God, we got a gem. Another one. We are stacked.
Yeah. Talent on talent on talent.
I love it.
Probably our backup. Probably TDP can be a starting running back. But we just don't use him.
Yeah, that's very true. And then, of course, we have Elijah Mitchell on IR. Hopefully he'll be coming back soon. So we are stacked. Before, maybe several weeks ago, I would have said, this is the best team on paper in the NFL. I think I did say that. Now they are just the best team in the NFL. Yeah. Okay, maybe that's too big of a statement, but they are the hottest team right now.
Well, that wraps. Oh yeah, next week we're going against the Commanders, the day right before Christmas on the 24th.
And we will actually be there.
Yes.
Catching the game.
Okay, we're not VIP people, by the way. We just bought tickets. We just love the Niners.
Yeah, but if you know anybody with free tickets to the VIP section, let us know.
Yeah. We just have to know player really well. I want to get to the VIP, but yeah, it's on the 24th.
Yep. And there was some talk about, is it now that we locked in the NFC West, do we rest everybody or a lot of people to get them healthy for the playoffs, or do we try and go for that number 2 seed? What do you think?
Well, why would we go for number 2 seed if we're not going to get like a bye week?
You don't get a bye week, but you get another home game guaranteed.
Oh, yeah.
So 2 home games guaranteed if you're the 2nd seed. And right now we're so close. We're neck and neck with the Vikings. Is it, or you give them 3 weeks off and then
I just feel
maybe
like
coming
the
cold
Cardinals
in the
game is
playoffs?
just gonna matter the most this season because we are gonna be neck and neck with the Vikings.
So you think
This is why I don't think it's gonna happen. The Vikings are gonna lose that game.
which game?
Week 18, whoever they're going against. And then it's all up to us to win the game and get the 2nd seed. I just feel like that's gonna happen.
Yeah, we're used to those kind of last game of the season. Well, yeah, I think last year that happened too, right? The Texans, we needed that win against the Texans. It could happen. Hopefully not. Hopefully, we can lock it in. Maybe we would probably have to play 2 more games. Maybe the Raiders games might have to. And if we can make enough of a lead on the Vikings, we won't have to worry about it. And then we can just sit out people for that Arizona game. That would be maybe best case scenario. So, yeah.
And also, the Pro Bowl is done for voting.
Yeah, I put in
And whenever that
votes yesterday.
comes out, we'll make a podcast on it.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Yeah.
It might be really short though.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I would love to talk about it. And
I don't expect to hear Brandon Ayuk's name on it at all. I just expect to hear Brock Purdy.
He's not even on the vote ballot, unfortunately. Yeah, just good old Jimmy G.
Well, now I expect to hear Christian McCaffrey from the last 2 games he's been playing. He's been playing really well.
Hopefully CMC gets enough votes from the Panther fans back in the day and everybody else. Just name recognition would be important for him to see if he can get in the Pro Bowl, even though he got traded and changed teams in the middle of the season.
Yeah, we did Pro Bowl predictions, but that was in the middle of the season, and I still think the same. Troy Polamalu 2.0, Talanoa Hufanga. It's going to make it with that forced fumble on the sack.
Oh, yeah, I sure hope so.
And Traverse Ward, maybe?
Traverse Ward, yeah. And Jimmy Ward is up for nickel. I don't know if he was there before, but he's up for voting as a nickel corner. And he's been playing very well for us. Yeah, so there's a lot of people.
If I were to change anything for the predicting Pro Bowls video, I would put Dre Greenlaw in there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I don't think I did either. I don't remember, but he so deserves it this year.
And, well, that wraps it up for today's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, like I said earlier in the video. And comment and check out my second channel, JT Dub. And go Niners!
Go Niners.
And goodbye.